What's going on, everybody? Average Arcader here, and it's time for another base review. This is, I believe, yeah, Under the Mountain. I'm gonna say I was a little upset with this one. It caught my attention right away because you've got this custom-made, I want to say volcano, because there's lava and stuff coming out of the top and whatnot. And you have a base in it. I thought it was going to be more base-alike. It kind of is, but it's weird. I have to show you. Like, first things first, this is the area you're first coming. Now, I'm going to say that if you do this on survival, okay, it's going to be a challenge just even getting into the base. As you can see, a lot of things spawn in here. Now, the cool thing is this is basically a giant mine. There's a lot of exposed minerals. As you can see, you've got diamonds all over, iron, coal, you name it. A lot of the exposed valuable stuff is here, and you could start mining it if you can get to it. So if you do a survival run, you're going to be able to get diamonds pretty much right away. But I would recommend lighting up the rest of this area as best you can. There's a lot of mobs that spawn here right off the back, but you have resources that you can get access to right off the back. I would suggest that if you're bringing other people in here to build up this area out here, turn it into like a little miniature village for everybody to stay in, and then maybe use the inside base as like a little bit of a homestead for yourself and a few other people. But for the most part, I would be building stuff out here, lighting up this area so that there's dangerous mobs not coming in. But let's actually get into the base itself. Now, I will say the custom-made door they made for this is really cool. I like that. That, I think, is pretty cool. Now, once you're in, another thing, I had to use a lot of water because the floor was literally lava. As you can see, all this obsidian and this, everything was like that, the lava thing. And there were some mobs in here too I had to clear out. I think that's just a little weird to me that you would not have paths. Yeah, I'm not sure exactly how they wanted you to get around. I'm not sure if they really wanted you to do the whole water thing or not. I'm not sure. Like I said, I have no idea how they expect you to get around. Maybe climb up on the walls. Because once you get up higher, and I'll show you here, once you get up higher, everything is connected by some paths, but to get to some of these paths was actually really hard. So I'm not sure the path they wanted you to take. Now, you've got plenty of hanging farms, so you'll have food right off the back. You have pumpkins. You have a nether portal that you're right ahead connected to. So you have access to the nether right off the back. You even have access to anvils, as you can see. They're used as decoration, and you can still use them. So going up to this level here, you have villagers throughout the whole entire place, undead. So you'll be able to trade. What I would recommend, though, is maybe moving some of these outside if you actually build up that area. So the base itself can hold multiple people if you want to live out of this until you built that outside area up. Here is the elevator. You look up to go up. You look down to go down. Here we have an armory that has some startup armor gear for you. And the crafts, some of the crafting tables. Yeah, crafting tables and looms. I don't ever think you need a lot of looms. They're only really there for to make banners for decoration. Then you have a nice storage area. I don't believe there's really anything in these, but everything is set up for you to use, so you can store a bunch of stuff here. More crafting tables. You have the saw blades, you have the stones, grindstones. Well, I mean, I call them grindstones. I forget what are they called. Anyway, you know how to use those. And we're going up some more. I like it, but I just felt like it would be a little bit safer. Just a little bit safer. It's kind of dangerous. Now here's the thing: it has potion stations, but I couldn't find any nether root. You know, there's no nether root up here. But it has everything. Different furnaces, blast furnaces, and then you have an enchanting area over here that's ready to go. But again, no Lampus. I guess the key here would be to make, you know, definitely set up a mining operation and then get down. Like I said, you have a nether portal ready to go, so that's a big boost. So you'll be able to go get your nether root and your stuff right off the back. But you'll have to go out. You need to collect blaze rods for your potion station. You need to collect nether root, soul sand, so you can bring it back and grow them here. Like I said, there's still a good amount of work you got to do. I kind of like when you get a base set up like this, I'm kind of hoping for at least a nether root garden and some already ready to go blaze rods. But I can understand you want to be able to give your people something to do. You know what I mean? A base doesn't have to have everything, but it should have a good chunk. Now, this is basically, again, just decorative. I mean, I guess this is a vine, or I forget what these are called. Okay, yeah. This is a twisting vine basic farm. Guess you could come, grab as much as you want, and then you can use it in the nether when you go. That's it. There's nothing up there. Like, I flew up here expecting to find more, but no, you can climb the vines, but there's really nothing up here at all. I mean, it looks cool from afar, but there's nothing really going on here after that. That's it. That's pretty much all the base. It looks good. It has a lot of potential, but you're going to be doing a lot of extra work to this base. And that's not so much a bad thing, because you kind of want to customize it anyway, but I just expected a little bit more. I don't know why. I kind of expected it to... It feels unfinished, like they were going to add more, and they just didn't. But everything else they added is cool. This custom-made volcano is full of cool stuff. I mean, if you just mined everything you saw, climbed up on this thing, look at this. You got diamonds, you've got iron. Like, you could mine every mineral that you find out here. You wouldn't need to actually make a mine apart from to get Lampus and other stuff like that. That's about it. Like, you'd only need to do that. Make a mine to get Lampus. You won't need, like, if you did every diamond that you saw, you'd have more than enough diamonds to do anything you want to do in your average survival run. And you could easily get to it. So all in all, the base itself is cool, but what I really like is the seed itself. The surrounding area is awesome. It's one of the best spawn areas I have seen. It has I think it has just about every single biome except for the ice biome and the redwood forest. I've got just about everything else. We've got birchwood, we've got ocean. I don't think there's an ocean monument, but there are also a bunch of shipwrecks. We've got desert, a dark forest, and most importantly for me, we've got jungle, not too far away. There are dozens of villages, and most of them, I think only one of them is an abandoned village. All the rest are occupied and big. I counted 10, 15 broken portals. So if you still wanted more startup equipment, you could get that. But I like when you have jungle not too far from Spawn because a lot of cool stuff you can find in the jungle. I really like the jungle biomes, and they're normally harder to find. Granted, for this one, I did see it did have watermelons and it did have bamboo within that first area. Well, it has the bamboo in the first area, and then in those hanging gardens, there was watermelon. So you wouldn't need it for that, but it still is a nice biome to have, especially if you do decide to build outside, away from the base. It still is a good thing to have. So overall, it's a wonderful seed with a lot of good locations for building and a lot of good biomes near it. Like I said, I think about every single biome. There's a mesa biome on the other side, that way. That I think it has just about every single biome except for the ice one, the snow one. Other than that, everything's here. Plenty of plains, plenty of swamp. As I said, it's got everything, and a lot of it's set up for building. There's a lot of plains biomes, which is really good for when you want basically a flat area to build something decent size, or maybe a village or something. You want everything to be connected, and you don't want to have to do a bunch of landscaping. So I kind of like building on plains biomes for that, because they're so flat and they're easy to do the landscaping for. So definitely something I would recommend checking out. It's worth it just for the seed itself. There's a lot going on with the seed itself. A lot of hidden secrets, witches' huts, temples in the village, in the jungle, and the desert has a lot of desert temples too. The desert's a little further away, but you can get to it if you take time. As you can see, look at all of the villages. I like a good amount of villages because then you can do raids, you can trade, level them up. It's actually really worth it to level them up nowadays, thanks to all the different updates. But other than that, it's good to go. Like I said, it's not exactly what I expected it to be. I thought it would be this big underground or volcano lair. And although it is good, there's a lot of extra work you've got to do to this base to make it more, user friendly. Like I said, when you first go in, there's a lot of dangerous. Like if you're doing this on a survival run, you need to be really careful. There is a lot of dangerous mobs inside the volcano base before you get into the actual base location. Then once you get into the base location, everything is surrounded in lava. So you have to make sure to bring a bucket with you. Which won't be hard to get. Like you can see tons of iron and whatnot and coal. So you can quickly make, you can mine that real quick and quickly get yourself a metal bucket, get some water, and you can make that inside of that base more livable for you by making the floor all obsidian and then lighting up everything out there. So again, I think it is nice. It looks cool, but if you get it, know that you got a little bit of a challenge making it work as a really good survival base. You got a little bit of a challenge. It's not horrible, but once you get done, you've got a really good start there with all these materials. I mean, just the volcano itself, having all those materials makes it really, really well. All right, guys. That's going to be it for today. Thanks again for watching. And again, thanks for all the comments. Please keep them coming. It really helps to know that my content is helping people to have a better time playing and finding the maps that they want. So keep them coming. I really appreciate it. And we'll keep bringing you guys as much content as we possibly can. We still have a lot going on in the channel. A lot of big series coming up. So please continue to stay tuned and support the channel. All right, guys. Average Arcader out.